So we are gonna get started with part one. So in part one, I'll be asking similar questions. Just give me 2 to 3 lines, okay? Just 2 to 3 sentences. That's enough. You don't need to talk a lot. I hope it is clear. So, Asta, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. Just tell me the cue card.
Okay. First, let's go with part one. उसमें cue card नहीं है. I'll give you the cue
Okay,
card after that. Okay.
sure,
All
sure.
right. So, do you have a lot of friends?
No, I don't.
That's a short answer.
Okay,
So
oh, sorry.
justify your
Yeah,
answer.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. The thing is, why I do not have much friends is because I
Hmm.
find people very fake and, a face mask on it. And that's why I don't really like to, people surrounded around me just because I do not
Hmm.
like, fake attentions and, unwanted attention around me. I just want real people and I just want, small amount of people, but real people, all the real people without
Hmm.
with transparency
Okay, that's great.
transparency in that. Yeah.
So, what kind of people do you think are good for friends?
People the the people who are good for friends, like if they are green
Mm-hmm.
flag, like they do not judge you for your actions and behaviors, plus they stand with you. They stand with you whenever it is, if you're wrong, no, if you are right, then only they can stand. Okay, if they could stand by you, by your side, whether it's
Hmm.
you're losing or you're winning, so they are your true friend. And plus they could, help you in your misery, or your happy moments. They could not get jealous by your success. They are your true friend.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's great. All right. So, Dumbo, do you want to answer? So, okay, I got a cross question to you. Okay, for you. So, after you mentioned that a friend shouldn't judge us and all. So, do you think a true friend should actually believe and trust us literally all the time and never question our judgment?
A friend should judge our
Hmm.
personality, but they
Hmm.
they shouldn't tell us that you should change this kind of trait in yourself. They should, they should be,
Hmm.
really accepting, like the
Hmm.
way you are, the way you behave. They should be really, really accepting. That's what, a true friend do, I guess.
Okay, I'll be getting, I'll be giving more questions to you later. Okay, if we are continuing with
Sure.
this topic. So since we got other members also, I'm gonna move to that. Okay, Asta. All right,
Yeah.
Dumbo and Mufid Rahban, do you want to answer? It's part one. Dumbo, do you want to answer?
Yeah, definitely I will answer. What is the
All
question?
right. So Dumbo, can you tell me who is your best friend?
You, darling.
Explain, justify.
Because I find you always like not
Mm-hmm.
always stand behind beside me, not behind me. Always beside me, and you always say the truth. If I'm wrong, you tell me, Mark, you are wrong. You should not do this. You are doing wrong. The thing you always try to make me understand. You always also scold me. It is not like that you don't scold me if I'm doing wrong. So that's why I say you're the good friend.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. And let me unmute this one. Okay. So do you have more online friends or offline friends?
I have both, and both of them are really great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So can you add a little more details? Maybe give me
Uh,
3 sentences or something.
all right. Yeah, I have an online friend. They are the like the same. They always support me whenever I need them in a financial or in a mentally or in a like economically, financial or mentally support. They always stand beside me, and we have been like
Mm-hmm.
known. I have only one friend. I would say, whom I know from my beginning. Like we grew up in the same locality, same area, and after that, like after completing my graduation, the friend I have who is from my locality, not from my school, not
Mm-hmm.
from my
Okay,
colleagues.
done. पार्ट वन में इतना ज्यादा डिटेल्स मत ऐड करो ओके
Okay.
okay all right so now let's go for cue card guys so I have shared the cue card to the channel all right so please check it out I'll share my screen also hmm. Okay. So right now you'll be able to see the channel. So I want you to talk about someone else's room you enjoy spending time in. Okay, it can be anyone. It can be a friend. It can be a family member or anyone. So prepare. I'll give you 1 minute time. If you want, make notes. Once you're ready, let me know.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it necessary to as in room? Is it necessary that we could explain this as a real life room, or in Telegram channel also we can
Okay, it's
mention?
better that to talk about a normal room rather than something digital
Okay.
because digitally, like let's say we are on Discord or something, we call it servers or rooms, but it's better you talk about a normal room. Okay.
So are you picking us to speak, or shall we talk by ourselves?
Okay. So if you're ready, you can start speaking also.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Okay, so last time I was in the room of my mossy, like I went to my nanny's home, and it was like, really fun. Whenever we have vacation, whenever we get chance to visit there, we immediately go over there and relax ourselves from the world outside, and we just like enjoy that. And it is like really simple. We do not have any luxury apartments or something. It is really simple and sober, like like any other middle class family. But it has so much memories in it. Like we grew up there, and we have a lot of memories attached to it, and we are deeply emotionally attached to it. And I can and there is a main thing is there's no one to tell you that, like, no, there's no one who could restrict you from doing any mischievous behavior or any sort of behavior. And if they do so, like if they taunt us to if they mad at us for being any mischievous behavior, then we could not let that mind, and we could do whatever we want. And I enjoy spending time over there because it's like my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to add something more? Little bit extra, 30 seconds for 30 seconds.
Okay, so means I can describe it like we have done several activities. Like I have Nani as my friend. She doesn't know English really, but she is really fond of speaking English. So she constantly telling me that you should speak English with me. So I speak English with her, and she is like really funny when she sounds English. And we made a lot of fun of her, and we enjoy a lot, and she doesn't care that if we do fun. So that is the reason why I learned from her. I learned from her that she doesn't care that who else is making fun of hers. Like she speaks her heart out. Like she speaks her heart out. If she wants something really real bad, like she wants to speak English fluently, but I know she's from Hindi medium, and she cannot speak
Okay,
as
thank you so
fluent
much,
as us.
Asta. Time's up,
Yeah,
time's up.
thanks.
Okay, so overall it was actually good. Okay. So here you said if they, if I, you missed that or, okay, if they are. then it's not sounds English whenever she speaks in English, Hoga. Okay, then you got to work on your fluency. Why I'm saying this is because it's not like you are not fluent enough. It's because sometimes you are not getting the exact word. There is little bit fumbling. Okay,
Yes.
since you have a higher pace, not everyone would notice that you got mistakes and all. So that's actually an advantage. But
Okay.
those who really know how to notice your speech or analyze it, they will get to know that तुम्हारा fluency उतना नहीं है. So I would suggest that to slow down a bit and speak. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise it was now Dumbo ready.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So yeah, so actually the thing is, I visited my
Mm-hmm.
friend house, and like whenever the reunion gonna have reunion happen, or whenever the party get together happen, generally on the 31st of December we go to her that place, to our friend's home, because he lives with his family, but he has a big house, like big in the sense that her parents live in the first floor, and the ground floor is for us for doing the masti and having kind of things. So I went there like in the 31st December, and we were all friends there. So he has quite a nice good room, like with a guitar, with a computer table, with the books, and with the that mini bar as well as there were few bottles, whiskey bottles were down there, and we all gather, and a few of them us were like in the kitchen. They were making chicken or something to eat, so that we can uh, eat at the night while they're drinking, while having booze. So, and a few of them sitting on the another room, the same. We have different bond with the different people. Like I have a bond with you, that is a different bond. I have a bond with Asta, that is a different bond. If I talk about the Ansbai, I have a different bond with them. If I talk about aesthetic, I have a different bond. So all of us not coming up one bond together, right? But yeah, we all together, but we have a different bond with different people. So that the thing was happening, and we were enjoying. Because it was a 31st day, last day of the year. So yeah, that's how we met, and that's what we do there. And the best part was we were having fun. Literally, like we were teasing each other the way we used to do here. The same thing we were doing there, and we really enjoyed that night. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great, Dumbo. So before I give you 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So overall, it was good. Before I talk about your feedback, I forgot one thing about Astas. So you mentioned more about your nanny rather than the room. Okay. So you could have focused more on the room rather than nanny. Okay. Otherwise, it was fine. Okay. Now, hello,
But
Emma. Bolo.
but the room in means the people were present in the room. We have to speak on that, right? Or that room. What the room represents? I
Both
don't know.
actually. You talk more about your nanny, the people. Okay. But if you have observed Dumbo's answer, he mentioned
Okay.
about both equally, kinda. It was balanced, right? He talked about the
Okay.
room, about table, laptop, and all, not table, keyboard, and everything, right? So it was more like a balanced approach. So that would be better in this question. So because here they are talking about describe someone else's room you enjoy spending time. Obviously, it's because of that person. You can add on that it's because how cozy it is, how comforting it is, otherwise spacious, blah blah blah, extra things. Okay, so that's what I mean. Got it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Now, Dumbo, you said friend house in the beginning. It's actually friend's home. So when you have this apostrophe, it actually shows possession. Okay. So friend ka, ऐसा होता है. Alright.
All right.
Then you had some sound which could be avoided. Then we all together. We all are together. Otherwise, if you're talking about, if you actually meant about the past, that time, then we all were together. ऐसा होगा.
All
Okay.
right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep, you're welcome. Hello, MR. So you're new here. So welcome to the channel. Okay, my name is Celestial. You can call me Celestial. So once you're free, just watch this video. You can get it if you check the pin messages. Otherwise, I'll text you personally. So right now we are doing IELTS speaking. Okay, we are discussing part 2. So can you, if possible, introduce yourself if you don't mind? Yeah.
My name is Mohammad Rayyan. I'm
Mm-hmm.
currently pursuing my Bachelor in Computer Science and Engineering, Saran
Mm-hmm.
University, Chennai, which is located in Southern part. Right
Mm-hmm.
after my graduation, I have a plan to pursue my master's in the school. So that's what I'm preparing for. I have to take IELTS exam, obviously, so IELTS exam is next month. So
Mm-hmm. Got it. If possible, try to be in a quiet place or something because your voice isn't that clear. Okay.
okay, just
All right. Thank you. So once you feel like you're ready to answer this question, let me know and you can start answering. I'm gonna give these folks another question, okay? All right. So, did we try this question before? Describe a public park or garden. Did we try this before? Asta? Dumbo?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let's skip this.
I'm not ready. I have to think about this. I will speak after one speaks.
Okay. I'll give you a different cue card. Okay. I think we have already tried this cue card. So let's go with this one. Describe a time when you received a good service in a shop or a store. So prepare for this one once you're ready. And hello, success. I have shared the question. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing great. So since you're new here, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so I'm Elliot from Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been preparing for IELTS for some time now. So I saw your page and I decided to join.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So right now we are simply doing a speaking session. So you can just join in. Okay. So I have shared one question here. So just prepare for it. Once you're ready, you can answer and I'll give you some feedback.
Okay,
Is that
you
fine
have
for
a
you?
question
Yeah.
there.
Celestial,
Okay,
I'm
so
listening.
the one about describe a time when you received a good service in a shop or store.
Exactly. So make notes,
Oh,
prepare well. Okay.
all right.
Like it. Yeah, Dumbo, are you ready? Yeah, come on.
All right. So actually, the thing is, I generally go to a similar restaurant. There is a restaurant in like Safdarjung. There is a
Hmm.
restaurant called Sandoz. You must have heard it. It's a quite good restaurant, like restaurant bar and
Hmm.
restaurant. So generally, I once my friend introduced that restaurant to me, and from the moment I started to go there because I really find their services are too quick, and really they are good restaurant. The food is also good. So I went with my friend. Like we were just went off the office and we want to have some. I used to have in a night office, so I
Hmm.
just went around 11 o'clock because I haven't got time to eat at my home. So my friend and I decided let's go to the restaurant and have something for the dinner. So we just went to that Sanders restaurant in Sadarjung, and the moment we park our cars there, so they welcome us like a there is a guard who always bow down front of you when you hit the restaurant and enter to the gate. The guard you're gonna find is he bow down, and we enter and they offered a table. We should sit there and we order few booths there, like two I think two booths there we order for us, and after the booth we had the dinner, and the service was really quick and the taste is really good. You're not gonna find that taste in the another restaurant. Actually, we tried a lot of restaurant, but we never find a good taste. If you are paying, so you definitely gonna accept you definitely going to have the good taste. And we were like, we know the restaurant and we were used to go there, so we were like sure about the taste. Like whenever you have to find a lot of things a lot of restaurant. You have to roam around there and there in order to get the food taste. So we were aware of the restaurant, so we went there and we had a food and it was really good and the service was really quick. And the last
Okay, thank you so much, Dumbo. Time's up. Okay, so it was pretty detailed. The was reputation in some places. Okay,
yeah,
like
yeah, I
those,
find that.
yeah, yeah. And try to avoid the R sound. That R sound will actually affect your fluency. Then you heard it. You must have heard about it. Okay, you must have heard about it. Then you said night office. Rather than night office, you could have mentioned about night shift. You can say that time I had night shift. Otherwise, I have night shift. Okay, because if right now also if you got it, you can say I have night shift or I work night shifts. So I skip my, let's call it breakfast. So I rush to blah blah blah. Okay. Otherwise, your answer was good. Alright. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Celeste.
Yep. Now who is ready to answer? Just unmute yourself. Okay, Asta.
Yeah.
Come on.
So the last time I went to a jewelry shop, and in that jewelry shop there was a really great service was provided. Obviously the price wasn't low, but the service was provided by them was quite great. Like they treated us with tea and coffee without asking for ourselves, and they provided us water and all the other facilities, and great designs they were presented. And and we went to and when we went to the shop on the occasion of Janmashtami, and it was like an afternoon time, and there was a lot of crowd in that, because obviously it was an really festival days over there. And I felt like really important guest over there, because despite of lot of crowd over there, they was really they put their priority first to us. And like every other customers was really priority to them. They treated the customers, each of them customers, they treated really well. And I felt that it is the great way to treat your customer, so that your shop would go up and up and reach the heights of the profit. And yeah, that's all.
And yeah, what? Done.
Yeah.
Don't stop with and yeah, okay. Just somehow end it up. So overall, it was good. Okay, but you could have added more details about the food, the ambience, right? And how it was inside the. You did mention little about it. Okay, then asking ourselves without asking. They gave free coffee or just coffee without asking. So you can say that was a really nice gesture, right? Then every customer is valued, or every customer is a king for them. That is something that I should really admire about. And right after I got home, I actually gave them a review on Google. Usually I don't give a Google review, but they actually made me feel like I should give one. So I wholeheartedly gave a review, and right away in about 5 seconds they gave a response to that review. And so whenever any guests come to my home, or if let's say some friend from another district or a city is coming, I always take them to this restaurant because of the top class service they provide. ऐसा बोलो, okay? Top class नहीं, top notch or top class, okay? All right. So now who is ready to answer? Um, Success, are you ready or am I? Your
Okay, so
name
let me
is.
try.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I went to a salon. It is a shop located in Accra, Ghana. It's a shop located in Accra, Ghana. And I visited that place yesterday. In this shop,
Mhm.
it is most, in this shop, Barbering is mostly done for males and females, and so that makes it a unisex one.
Hmm.
The first day I got there, I was welcomed by the receptionist where I was offered a seat. I was served some fruit juice to quench my thirst, and then they spoke to me nicely as well. So the hospitality was very good. When it was my turn to barber my hair, I was asked to come and then sit down, and I was treated like a king. And then the hair was nicely done, and that was how I loved to be in that shop.
Done.
All right, I think.
Okay. So success. That was a really good answer. Okay. You only spoke for around 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's fine.
Okay.
But otherwise, I like how you presented yourself, how you organized it. So I like
Oh,
how you organized your answer. Otherwise, you'll need to speak more. Okay. And I
all right.
found that your pace is kind of slow. Actually, that's okay. So if you can increase your pace a bit, it would be better. Okay.
All
Otherwise,
right.
your lexical resource is good. Okay.
All
Because
right.
everything was topic specific. So try to speak more. Okay. And
All right. All right.
practice more. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All
Thank you
right.
so much. All
Thank
right.
you.
So now who is ready? And one more thing before going to the next person. If you're new here, just go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Okay, that will mean a lot to me. And just go and comment on the videos, especially this video that I have pinned. Okay, if you're new here, just go through this video and you'll get an idea what goes on here. Okay, and if you're wondering who I am, you can call me Celestial. Other my real name is Harshit, and I have been working as an IELTS trainer for about 3 years. Okay, so now who is ready to answer? Okay, there is. Okay, Emma, no worries. Okay, now who is ready? Hello, Ishiga and MG. Hello, can you hear me? If you are ready to answer, let me know. Okay. And success, prepare for this cue card 25. Otherwise, I'll give you
All
another
right.
one.
All
Okay,
right.
for others, I'll give you something else. Once again. Hello, Coco. Okay, rather than cue card, let's go with part 3. So, who wants to answer part 3? In part 3, we will be giving detailed answers. Okay. Around, let's say, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences. So, who wants to answer part 3? Unmute yourself. Come on, it will be fun.
Celeste, scroll up. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah.
One more thing. Let's start something from today onwards. Okay. So, let's start with attendance. Okay. So, I want you to write your name below. Okay. So that we'll know who joined. Okay. Just write your name below. So, if your name is Asta, write Asta, Dumbo. So, write your name here. Do that first. Okay. So, now who is ready for part 3? I want you to write your name. Yeah. Okay. Write your name below. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, Elliot. Okay. Nice name. The others, I want you to do it. Okay. And if you're having fun, just share the link of this channel with others. That will help us to reach more people. Okay. So who is ready for part 3? Part 3 questions. Asta, Dumbo?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So let me go back to what we were talking about, friendship. Okay. So just cross questions. It will be fun. Okay. So you mentioned that actually a friend should just support us no matter what it is.
Yeah.
So do you think that's really true? And if a friend actually supports you literally in everything, do you think we would grow as an individual? Do you think that we would know what our mistakes are?
No, actually, I mentioned while I was speaking, I mentioned that friends should treat you as like when they are losing or when they are winning, your friends are with you. Not like you're right or you're wrong. They support you in every whether you're right or you're wrong, but not but whether are you losing or you're winning, they are with you. That was the main motto of saying that.
Hmm. Okay. So in this era, right now, we are using a lot of digital devices and we are
Yeah.
really immersed in social media. So how can a person find friends online?
I guess it's all the matter of fact that which kind of troop you like or what kind of behavior yours are. Like I have, by the grace of God, I have find, really, really, I'm blessed with to find,
Hmm.
really good friends in Telegram. Like, yeah, and I find my like literally a family, a second family in Telegram. So I'm really grateful for that. And it all depends on your uh, like behavior and
Mhm.
which kind of trope you like and what your behavior is.
Okay, that's great. So do you think a person you find online will be the same in offline world or real world?
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
Why
I
so?
guess it's because when you are in Telegram or in virtual world, you have no fear of being judged, and therefore you portray yourself the way you are. So that's why you will be the same exactly in the real life.
Hmm. Okay. So do you think we can trust every online friend?
No, 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 we cannot. We cannot trust every other guy or every other girl into this virtual world. We could select our particular troop and we could discuss all of means we could literally talk anything with them, and not every and in real life also we could not trust every other person. Yeah, we could be selective. If we trust every other person, then why would we use fake names or fake DPs? We should all be real and happening.
Okay, so how can we protect ourselves online?
I guess we should keep our identity anonymous. I think that's all the reason.
So
That's all
right
the
now you
thing.
mentioned that we should keep real names.
No, no,
And
no.
right now you are saying that we should keep it anonymous. So how
No,
is that
you you
connected?
you
Mhm.
misunderstood my point. I said that if we could trust every other person online, then we should we should name then we should why are we hiding personality? That's because we don't trust everyone in Telegram, na. We don't trust. That's why
Mhm.
we keep our names anonymous. You get it now.
Okay, your answers are pretty good. In between, some fumbling is there. Okay,
Yeah,
and you said I have find actually found hoga
found.
because
Yeah,
तुमने
I
already ढूंढा ना. That's how.
yeah.
Okay, now who is ready for part three? Hmm?
Yeah,
And
I'm
for
ready.
others, okay, Dumbo. I'll give you another cue card. Okay, so just prepare for that while Dumbo answers. Let's go with this one. This will be really easy to answer. Okay. Describe a place in your city you have been to where you can see wildlife. Okay, so Dumbo, I got some part three questions for you. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you like to invite your friends to your home?
Yeah, I do invite.
Give me more details.
Yeah, I do invite my friend.
I really crave for data information. I'm more like a vampire who, survives, lives, you know, on data. So you should give me a lot of information in part three.
Yeah, yeah, I do invite my friend like whenever they want to meet me or if I need anyone in like if I need someone uh, to like discuss. So yeah, invite them in my home or if I like I'm having a get together, like a small to get together. So I just invite them.
Mhm.
When my parents are not there in home, so I just invite them to spend time with
Okay,
me.
so who likes to stay at home more? Young people or old people?
I would say old people,
Mm-hmm.
not the young one.
Why?
Because when I was in my age, like if I say when I was teenager, like in my 90s to 26, I was
Mm-hmm.
I wanna roam around the world. I wanna I wanna go everywhere where I can roam. I don't stay in home. That time I do not come like for. Sometimes it's happened like for 2 days. Sometimes I'm not coming for a week. Not coming to my home. And my mom used to be scold me a lot. But I love to spend time outside with my friend, roaming around there and here, doing parties. But now after that age, like now I love to sit in my room, spend time alone, whatever I want to do, I just want to do. Like I don't want to roam around. So from my experience, I'm telling you that, like that is why like old people want to stay at home and they all get to know like how the
Okay,
world is
Dumbo.
and how the world
So
works.
actually, I feel like you got some trouble with organization. So since it is part three, I know you're supposed to give a lot of detail. But when you're giving detail, I want you to organize it better. So you said when I was a teenager, for example, 16 to 26. Actually, you are a teenager till you're 19, right? After 20, you are not a teenager anymore. Let's say after 18, basically. After 18, you are an adult, right?
Right,
26
right.
is not actually a teenager. Let's call it more like an early, not even an
Adult.
early adult. You're basically an adult, right? So
Hmm.
I want you to organize your answer properly. It's a general question. So the question is, mm, who likes to stay at home more? Young people or old people? So this is the question, right? So simply answer it. So you can say, I'd say all people like to stay at home more, blah, blah, blah. So try to justify your answer. Okay, and
All
MJ
right.
tried to answer. Okay, I know you don't have wildlife in your place, but try to make a story. Okay, and once you're ready, let me know. Okay, so after, can anyone else give me a better answer for the same question?
I want to try. Please come
Let's
again with the question.
okay. Who likes to stay at home more, young people or old people?
I would say old people mostly love to stay at home. The reason why I'm saying this is most old people are aged and they are
Mm,
tired. Some aren't doing too well when it comes to their
mm,
health. And so they will have to
mm,
stay at home and take care of things
mm,
back at home. Whereas the young
mm,
people, most of them will love to go out, meet friends, go and then
mm.
join, maybe go to classes and engage in new things. Yes, that is what I have to say.
Okay, great. So Elliot, I want you to work more on coming up with ideas because I feel like you're thinking before you're speaking a lot actually, right? So it takes a
Yeah.
while for you to come up with the next word. So
All
it's
right.
slightly more like a drag. Your
All
pace
right.
is okay, but you can make it a bit faster. Then here
Okay.
when you were saying most people, old people age. So in between there was, I would say, a long gap and you were thinking for this word. So I feel like you will need to work more on common vocabularies and use them more occasionally. Okay, clear.
All right.
And
Yeah.
otherwise, everything seems to be fine. So for here, you can say all people are age. Otherwise, rather than age, anyhow, they're old. So obviously, they will be aged, right? So you can say they're physically weak. Otherwise, you can say they are in a situation where they won't be able to move around a lot. So that is the reason why I say they usually stay at home, blah, blah, blah. Okay, clear? Uh, okay. Now, Asta, do you want to answer?
Yeah, I guess.
Same question. Who likes to stay at home more? Young people or old people? Give an organized answer.
Okay. Okay, so first
Mm,
of all, if we talk about general perspective, then most of the teenagers or most of the young people would like to go out. Like
mm,
they have certain feelings and they have certain what we can say like love for freedom means they love freedom and they can do whatever they want for the freedom of for the freedom of their own, and they just want to get out of the prison, which is called home basically. But if I talk about my perspective, then it depends on person to person, because if we talk about myself, then I'm not really social animal, and I like to be alone, and I like to be stay at home rather than partying everywhere and all that. So I guess it also depends on your friend circle, and also depends on your mindset, that what kind of mindset you have. If you have certain goals in your future, or you have certain mindset that yes, I have to fulfill that target of for myself, then definitely you could not partying everywhere outside, or you could sit at home and do your studies or practice your English or whatever you want to do. So I think it's I have seen certain old age people also who who likes to travel a lot, and certain people also who who just wants to sit at home and do puja and all. So it clearly depends on the nature and the friend circle or the surroundings of the people.
Okay, thank you so much, Asta. You spoke really well. It was a really detailed answer. Okay, so guys, those who listen, you don't need to speak this much, but even this is fine. And for the real test, most likely the examiner will stop you and ask you some other question. It depends. Okay, so you use social animal or you can use social butterfly. So that's a good uh, vocabulary. Okay, and you got R sound in between, so try to avoid that. Okay, 1 second. Hmm, all right. So then you had is more like a reductant phrase. Okay, so basically we use it when we don't know the word. So try to avoid that. If you use it once or twice, it's fine, but try to avoid the repetition. Okay,
Sure.
otherwise it was a good answer. Okay, now who is ready for this cue card? Describe a place in your city you have been to where you can see wildlife. Once you're ready, let me know.
Sir, can I try?
Yeah, go ahead. Try to speak more, okay?
All right. The Accra Zoo is located in Greater Accra region. I went there last month, and then I saw tigers, elephants, and many more wild animals. Seeing these animals, I felt so good, because it is difficult to meet some of these animals these days due to the way we are having most places being developed into homes by estate developers. And so most of these animals are hard to find these days. And they were looking so natural. And then we haven't seen most of these animals in years, or most of us haven't seen them ever since we were born. And so I loved it, and it was a good feeling seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know, but I think I am stuck again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like
Can I talk?
it's okay, but you'll need to work more actually. Okay. I love your
All right.
intonation, by the way. So it's a
Can I talk?
part of pronunciation, right? Yeah, hello.
I would
Hello.
like to say something after it's done.
Okay, what do you wanna say?
I want to say my own part.
Hello. Okay.
I would like to say my own part.
Okay, I'll give you the chance. Okay, let me give some feedback to Elliot. After that, I'll give you a chance. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so you spoke well. Your language is okay. But Elliot, what you need is more practice and make proper notes, add as much as details as possible. Then you will be able to speak for 2 minutes. Right now, you're barely able to make it to 1 minute. Okay, clear? Okay, now how do I pronounce your name? MG.
Yes.
Okay, so you can start answering.
Okay. Yes. I visited a state in my country, like the town. It's mostly a farming settlement. Then, for the first time in my life, I got to see a snake just walking past me in the bush on my way to the farm. And I was actually, it was actually a very new experience for me because I get to see the color, the pattern on the skin of the snake, and then I got to see lizards, different species, and it's something I've not experienced before. I'm not really exposed to wildlife, so when I actually saw it, it was really intriguing. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to experience more, like see other animals, see other wildlife, different species of birds, and like to know more about them. Because while growing up, I had this orientation of once you see a snake, you have to run. It will attack you. It is poisonous. But the snake just walked past me and was going on its own without. We didn't really bother each other. It didn't bother me. I didn't bother the snake, and everybody was cool, and I really liked it. So that gave me a whole new perspective of how I see snake. They can be friendly when not provoked, or when you're not in their territory. So that's what I can say about my wildlife experience that day.
Mm-hmm. Done? Okay. So MJ, you spoke for 1 minute and 38 seconds. So well done with that. Okay. So overall, it was a good answer. Then here, in some places, you had longer pauses, which could be reduced or shortened. Okay. Overall, the words you used were good, actually. Okay. And you just got to practice more. Otherwise, your answer was pretty good. Thank you. Okay. Now, who is ready for the same cue part? Success, MR, Coco, Asta, Dumbo.
I'm ready.
Okay. So before you start, one more thing. So MJ, I have. Okay. So wait, I'll share my screen so that I can type. Otherwise, this one. Okay. The contraction I have. So some people say like I have. Not everyone can use that contraction when they speak. So that part of your pronunciation was pretty good. Okay, Dumbo, now you can start.
All right.
Come
So there was a time we all friends decided to let's go to the Chiriyaghar or anywhere for the wildlife. In Delhi,
on.
like there are a lot of places you can go. Like
Mm,
there is a Sanjayvan or Chiriyaghar itself, zoo itself there. But we decided to go to the Sanjayvan because we want to see. There is like a safari in the Sanjayvan. You can simply walk around that jungle, and you can see the wild animal. Not that much wild, like not the you're gonna find the lions or the cheetah, but you're gonna find the nilgai or like deer. You're gonna find those kind of animal. So I went there with my friends and we saw there like there was like a deer, like herd of deer was there. They were roaming. There was nilgai. You generally don't see the nilgai on the road or on the even in the zoo as well as you can find the in the zoo, but not there, not easily. And we saw the rabbits and we there was a snake kind of you can say there was a box there were lots of snakes there. So yeah, I went there like we really enjoy that thing. That's it.
mhm. You spoke for 1 minute and 17 seconds. That's not enough. So when you say zoo, you got to work on the pronunciation. Okay, it's not that correct. And you got to practice more and speak more. Okay, let's. Otherwise, it was good. You could have added more details and all. Okay. Otherwise, everything was fine. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now who is ready? Emma, would you like to give it a shot? Asta?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, come on.
The society, the place which I live in, there's one, really, really famous garden of everything. Like whenever someone's visiting in our city, we immediately recommend that garden to that person. So the garden is called Sayaji Rao Garden, and it is, really famous for literally all of the things. All the activities are happening in that. Like we have planetarium over there, we have zoo, we have a art gallery, and we have a museum also. So it's like all in one. And so we visited over there, we visited in the zoo. And that earlier, like when I used to be a kid, there was, an elephant also, and an elephant also, but now it got extinct in from our garden. So we have, various animals called as deers and lions, tigers, cheetahs. So when we go to there, like I have noticed certain kids and certain grown-ups also who are, really into teasing animals. And uh, I'm really, against of it. And so like they did not understand that what is the meaning of this, obviously, because they're not educated enough. So means that there are not, really that there is a security, but no one stops them from, teasing and doing things like that. But one thing is, really good about my place is, like, no one here creates dirt in the surroundings. It's because, we have a lot of dustbins, so the cleanliness is been maintained. And I feel that people should, really be educate themselves enough so that they could, understand the animals' feelings, as they are also living beings like us, and they feel what we feel. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So you spoke for 1 minute and 55 seconds. So you had some R sound in between, okay, and some fumbling which would affect your fluency. Coherence wise, everything was fine. Okay, so you should work on your fluency. And let's say you're not getting a word or something, just calm down, relax and speak. Most likely it will be fine. Otherwise, you're doing good. Just practice more. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Now who is ready? Coco, MJ, come on. Who's ready? Otherwise, we can move to part three. If you're ready for part three, let me know. Oops, 34. Who's ready for part three? Dumbo.
I'm ready.
Okay, great. So, which is the best way or better way to see wildlife? Watching documentaries or going into the wild?
I guess for a beginner, it is, really good to see first a wildlife on the on the screen, and then and then we could go to see actual animals, like how they behave. Like if we research about animals enough, then we could, for sure know about how they feel, and that's all we behave accordingly towards animals.
Hmm. Okay, good answer. So, what's the difference between watching a documentary and really experiencing the wildlife?
Okay, there's a huge gap between these two. Like we if we are watching on the screen, then we could, only judge, or we could, when we read something, or we watch something, we are only watching by the perspective of the director or the writer, and we do not have our own perspective in it. We are just, analyzing these. Okay, this director has these things, and they have mentioned these things, so these are important, but we do not realize it by ourselves. So if we go over there and watch it by our own selves, then we, develop our own sense of thinking, and we can make our own analysis, and so that we could, grow up more as an intellectual, or as an interpreter.
Good. What do you mean by an interpreter here?
Interpreter here means like what we see, we interpret that. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have always constantly used a phrase in Hindi called earth ka anarth. So if we pretty much understand the earth of the meaning, we could interpret, or we couldn't unearth, we couldn't do unearth of that meaning.
So basically, you are saying that you would be able to understand and decipher whatever the thing is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. Now, who is ready for the next question or the same question? Elliot, Dumbo.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
I'll
So,
try.
okay. Okay, so I'll give you another question. Okay. What impact does only seeing wild animals in zoos have on children's understanding of these animals? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so most children we have these days haven't seen most wild animals in their lives before. Mostly, they see these animals in their books, and then they read about them in storybooks. I think that and children seeing or having a view of these animals in the zoo is going to rather broaden their understanding in terms of what they've read or in terms of what they've heard in the past. And this is going to help in their academic work. It's going to also help them in understanding or opening their minds better in terms of how these animals behave, how they live, and the things they do. Animals like lions, tortoise, snakes, um, uh, many more are hard to find in our daily living, but they are in our books and storybooks. And I think children seeing them in the zoo will now know how they actually look like and then understand some of the behaviors they have read about these animals in time past. Yes.
Okay, that's an amazing answer. Okay, I really enjoy listening to you.
All
But if
right.
possible, try to increase your pace a bit. Okay. So right now, let's say you
Okay.
are here. Okay. Or like here, try to increase it a bit. Only a bit. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Now who's ready? Okay, Dumbo is on camera.
I'm ready.
You feel no. Okay, Dumbo. I'm gonna ask you the next question. Okay. You're on mute, I guess. Click on the blue button. Yeah. Okay. Are there many wildlife documentaries produced in your country?
Wildlife? No, I hardly know. Like I haven't seen like earlier. I think yeah, it has been produced. If you go to the history TV, you'll find that, but not a lot. Yeah, we have been produced, but not that much. Like if we talk about the foreign country, they have been producing a lot. They have a different kind of show. Through that show, they teach their kids about the wildlife. But if we talk about the in our country, I don't think so. They are creating a wildlife.
Mhm. Good answer. Okay. Um, so do you think in the future we'll have more wildlife documentaries in India?
Yeah, we definitely can see that because you must have the Antara. That's Ambani's son has opened that, and our government is already focusing on that. Like you must have heard, like Modi ji has like free few words or free any wildlife wild animal. So definitely you're gonna see that we are getting aware of the things, and our government is also want to like include these things in the curriculum activity so that they can send their school children to know about the jungle and know about the animals, how that things works. So yeah, definitely I see, and people are also coming forward by this self. If you talk about the few YouTubers I have seen, they are showing the jungle and the kind of safari park, that where they can see the wildlife animals or where they can show animals to their channel because they get the view as well as, and they are earning from that. So it give them more attention toward their channel. So yeah, definitely we're gonna see that.
Okay. So your answer is actually good, and I thought of the same thing that you talked about. Here you use children's. Okay, many people, especially Indians, make this mistake. Children is already plural, right? So it is already plural. Yes or no? So you don't need to add an S.
Okay,
You don't need to add. Okay.
got it.
So when we say children's, actually it is showing the
Children is
possession
already
of the children, right? Uh-huh. And I noticed one thing when you were in other VCs also today, that you use as well as at last in the end, right? So when you use as
yeah,
well as
you
at
already.
last, just use as well. You don't need to use as well as this as well. Okay. So you don't need that as at last. Okay.
Okay, I'll keep in mind.
Huh. Okay. Now I'll be asking a few more questions. After that, we'll be winding up. And if you're new here, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay. And apart from these free sessions that I conduct here, we got paid classes. Okay. And in about 1 or 2 weeks, I'm coming up with a crash course, most likely the speaking crash course. Okay. Over there, you will learn everything about speaking. Another thing is not just for IELTS candidates. If you are looking to just enhance the way you speak, you can join. But we'll be focusing primarily on speaking. And I know it's been a while since I conducted any classes, so we're gonna get a lot of crash courses real soon, and it's gonna be pretty affordable. Okay, so let's continue. So who wants to answer the next question?
I want.
Nasta. Okay. Are wild animals easy to spot in your country?
No, I guess not. It is not really easy to search, especially wild animals into this country,
Hmm.
or into any. Means definitely, we have a lot of jungles and all, but currently it is all been extinct. It is on the verge of extinction. Sorry,
Hmm.
it's on the verge of extinction, and we should really care for our wildlife and protection. Means we have laws, I'm not denying that, but still it is
Hmm.
not prevailing much. But yeah, that's
Uh-huh. Don't end like that, okay? So don't say, yeah, that's all.
all.
Okay. So you can say, well, I don't think it's really easy to spot wild animals these days. Actually, in the past, it was really easy to spot at least one wild animal because we didn't have that much urbanization and deforestation. However, because of all that is happening nowadays, many animals have gone extinct. For example, the white-horned rhino, it has already gone extinct, and several animals are going extinct. And even if we are spotting an animal, most likely it might end up being killed by some farmer. So usually farmer will shoot at them. So that also happens. So I feel like in the future it will be one without animals. So that's really dark, I would say. But otherwise, generally speaking, it's pretty difficult to spot any animal in my country. Blah blah blah. Okay, you can answer like that. Okay, so who wants to answer the next question?
I want.
I
Okay,
want
you
to.
want. Okay, after shall I give it to Elliot?
Sure, sure.
Okay, Elliot, come on. Why are most children interested in wild animals?
So, most children love or are interested in wild animals these days because they are not really common to see, but they have heard about them in their books, in their schools, in their classrooms, in their society. Hence, they want to see them and know how they live. When you hear about something and you haven't really seen how the thing is, or how the thing is, you tend to be wondering and having your own imagination. But and so this is what makes children tend to be more interested in these animals, and hence most of them patronize the zoos. Most of them patronize the zoos and gardens which we have around. Yeah, I think I'm stuck.
Good
I think
answer.
that is it.
Your part 3 is actually good because you get time to think. There is not a lot of stress about the time. That said,
Yeah.
you got to work on part 2. Okay, otherwise everything is fine.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. So that's all for today. Okay. So those who are new here, we are simply having a speaking session. I'm planning on maybe reading or writing classes. Okay. So I'll let you know whether I'll be starting that. Otherwise, we'll stick on to speaking. Okay. So if you're new here, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're looking for paid classes for IELTS and other English proficiency tests, including job interviews, you can contact me on WhatsApp. This is my number. Another thing, if you want to join our WhatsApp group, okay, you can text me on WhatsApp and mention your name that you are this person. I'll be adding you to the WhatsApp groups. So it will be easy for you to get notified when we have the sessions. Now about the timing. So the time actually depends on certain days because I'm working at an institute as well, other than all of this. So sometimes I'll need to take some master classes, otherwise some students change their schedule. Due to that reason, I might not be able to conduct these sessions. Otherwise, I'll be moving it to maybe 8:30 or 9 p.m. Otherwise, I'll be kind of conducting it at about 7 or 7:30. Otherwise, usually the time for these sessions over here, it's about 8 p.m. Indian time. Okay. So that's all about today. Thank you so much for joining. See you tomorrow with another session. Bye bye. Good night. Take care. And don't forget to share the link with your friends. Okay.
And guys, try to open your camera as well as it's
Yeah.
possible, if it is possible.
It will be more interactive. So right now I can see a Dumbo. So whenever he answers, I'm able to connect more. Another thing, when we open our cameras, there will be some kind of interaction at the same time. We'll be more serious. We'll listen to each other more. Okay, so get out of your comfort zone because that's the only thing that will push you to somewhere higher. So right now, you are behind your screen, you are in a dark room, let's say. Just open up because no one actually knows you. And everyone here is a student. No one is gonna do something illegal or nefarious with your screenshot or whatever, right? If you're bothered about that. So if possible, turn on your camera. That's what Dumbo is saying. Okay, so thank you so much for participating and making this an amazing session. Okay.
So please, when is going to be our next class, and what model are we going to do?
Most likely it will be speaking. Okay, if there is high demand for some other module, I'll be moving on to that. Usually many students ask me for speaking, so that's why I conduct speaking. So if many of you are saying that, yeah, I want writing classes or reading or listening, I'll be conducting those. It depends on demand and to what students are responding to. So usually students respond to speaking more, so that's why I conduct speaking more. I hope that is clear. Otherwise, if you want organized and structured classes, you can join our paid batches and individual classes. Okay. And if you want to know more about the scores, you can check out the scores here. I will share the link to the channel. Okay. So I have shared the link to the channel. So you can check out all our results and everything here. Okay. So thank you so much for joining and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube. Bye bye. Good night. And tomorrow's class will be at 8 p.m. most likely. Okay. Indian time.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yep.
Celestial.
Yep. Bye bye.